Guys, I have to share this story with you. I've shared lots of stories before, even the sad and painful ones, right? But this one, it's different. This one is a happy story and a good one because of what it taught me. Let me take you back to the year 2020. I got redundant from a job that I had been working for 7+ years, 7.5 years to be precise. And it was in a very well reputed, huge corporate company. Almost 8 years of my life. It wasn't just a number for me. Those were the years of my loyalty, dedication, consistency. It was important for me. It was 7+7.5 years of my life. That workplace was not just a job for me, it was like my home, and my colleagues were like a family to me. At least I used to think that way and feel that way. I worked for almost 10 hours every single day. Sometimes I even worked on my day offs and public holidays. I gave everything. And every single year, I was also recognized and awarded something or the other title. That job was not just a work or a job for me, it was my identity, it was my reason to thrive every single day. It kept me going. And then when COVID happened, I lost my job, I got redundant, I became jobless. Imagine, just 1 month ago, I had received an award for the best employee. Now, I was just handed a termination letter with immediate effect, no explanation, no conversation even, just a signature and goodbye and thank you very much. In less than a minute, 1 minute, everything that I had built for those 7+ years was gone. That moment didn't just put me into a shock, but it broke my heart, it broke my confidence, it broke my sense of identity. It literally shook me. And the hardest part, it affected my whole family, even my family members, because I was the solo breadwinner in my family. I was supporting them all. And it was COVID. The curfew was going on. There was uncertainty everywhere. And I had no job, no savings, and I had no backup plan because I never thought of it. I was not at all prepared. And at that time, I was even staying in a sharing flat, and I was surrounded by my flatmates who were also struggling and going through the same problem because COVID affected everyone, right? And day and night, I was drowning in fear and in pain, insecurity. And I kept asking myself, why? I loved that company like my own. I worked even when I was sick. I gave them everything. But when it was time for cost cutting, they treated me like a number. That's it. They didn't even think of my family. They didn't even think about how I would survive. And that is when I understood a company can be worth millions, but your value to them can still be replaceable. And here is another interesting part. 1 month later, I found out that there was a job opportunity in the same group but in a sister company. Okay, so I applied, got shortlisted, I went for the interview, and they liked me, but again, I couldn't join. You know why? Because that company had a policy. Ex employees cannot be hired unless the owner signs, which means it was close to impossible, right? That experience became my biggest lesson, and I realized many things, and slowly I changed. And today, when I look back at the moment, that was the best thing that ever happened to me. Because once I left that company, the way I started growing in my career after that was out of my own imagination. I expanded, I learned, I grew, and I discovered my real potential. In that old company, I was stuck. Like for more than 7.5 years, I was in the same place, same position, doing the same job. Sometimes the role changed, but it was almost the same with minimal increment. Like, I don't even want to mention, it was that minimum. But now everything had changed. But that's not why I'm sharing this story to you today. It's because today I was in that same company today, but for a business meeting with the management, discussing a deal. Can you imagine? Just imagine how I would have felt. Of course, I felt so proud of myself. And I realized something very powerful. That's what I want to share with you all today. Sometimes life breaks you because it's trying to build you into something bigger. The eggshell has to crack. Only then a new life can come out, right? Yes, breaking hurts. We all know that. It feels very bad. But without that, we will never level up. When I lost my job, I had two choices: stay in pain or stand up and try again. I chose to try, and very quickly I got a new opportunity as a customer service manager, right? That journey I will share in another video, okay? That's also very interesting. But today, I want to leave you with this: love your job, but don't love the company blindly. Because when it comes to business, decisions are made on numbers, not on emotions. You might give your everything, but to them, you might still be just a number on the payroll or name on the payroll. I'm not saying all the companies are like that, but some companies truly they're amazing and they care about their employees like their own family. I have worked with one such a company. It was unbelievable. They value their employees like so much. I'll also make another video about it one day. So, if you have that, value it. But if you don't, then open your eyes. Understand one thing: you matter, your family matters. Okay, so you need to know your worth. Sometimes losing everything is exactly what you need to find your true value. So, with that, my story ends for today. Thank you so much for watching me. I'm really grateful to be able to share my lessons with you in the form of my stories every time. And stay with me and keep growing and keep walking the real path. Thank you so much. And namaste. Because of the mic, I cannot do this, but namaste.